What's up, everyone? This is Guyman Adams from midcitydigital.com, and in this video I want to give an overview of some of the updates we've done to the site and primarily focus on the new client area. So the new client area is very different from how it was before, but it's pretty much all the same at the same time. It's just kind of rearranged, different colors. We'll get to that. So real quick, on the front end of the site, we've done a mild redesign. There's still a lot of extra stuff we're going to be adding to this moving forward, just kind of adding a little here and there as we go. So there's more details about the Lightspeed cloud hosting, free SSL, all this kind of stuff on the website. Some more details you can read over, and pretty much everything on the home page is pretty much what you get on the web hosting page. Same information there, more or less. You got your domain registration page. This has been updated a little bit as well. So, looks a little fancier. Actually mentions cheap prices and privacy protection and DNS management. So that's convenient, right? And pricing for all these other TLDs, some of which I'm not sure how many of these top level domains we're going to keep on the roster. As you can see, there's a few of them that are relatively expensive and maybe not as popular. I mean, .blog. I mean, it kind of surprises me that that's $34 a year. That's sort of weird. So I don't know. It's not super popular. It's kind of cool, I think. .business. That's really cool. Look, that's only like $9.49. Are you kidding me? But it's not very popular, So there's a lot of those that are like that. This Pro one has a lot of different hoops you got to jump through to verify, who you are. Like Pros, isn't just for anybody. Same with .dev. I've run into that as well. .dev, you specifically have to have your server set a certain way before the domain will even register properly. So, we might pull some of those out of there. I don't know. Anyways, you can also check out our blog right here. Had an interesting incident with a couple of different clients this past week with the new WordPress 5.5, and it really, quite frankly, pissed me off. You can see here I said 5.5 absolutely sucks. I'm probably going to go back and kind of rephrase that a little bit because there are some good things about the new version of WordPress that I do like. I don't like that it was put together in such a way it broke a lot of themes and a lot of plugins, and just kind of forces everyone forward into their new page builder Gutenberg that they're trying to deploy, which, there's pros and cons to that, I think. But I'll save that for a future video. Anyway, I threw out this blog just the other day because right as it came out, it was just like, this site's breaking, that plugin's breaking, this is breaking. And, I had some clients who were kind of freaking out. So I had to go in there and kind of patch things and revert to the previous version of WordPress in a couple of cases just to, get things back on track. But anyway, we're kind of sifting through, what's actually happening with some of these glitches. But anyway, you can check out this article. There's a link to a bigger article from a much more professional blog that seriously deals with these types of issues. And they go into some plugin solutions you can do. It's something to do with a jQuery function. So anyway, check that out. Otherwise, the blog will be where I post videos like this, just links to them and any other updates or interesting information I feel like, my clients might need to know. Of course, you got our About section. Not a whole lot to that. Not too terribly fancy. But, we got some nice graphics in here now. So, anyway, and you can also get a quote if you need to have a website built from scratch and you really don't want to deal with learning WordPress or any of that yourself. You just want a website built and hosted, and that's it. Hit us up for a quote. We don't necessarily put our design services out front at this point, but that is a service we offer, so it's an option. Of course, you got our contact page. which, the quote leads you over here to our contact page. You can fill out this form, the CAPTCHA, subscribe to our email list. Not doing a whole lot with that at the moment, but I see some potential in the future for that. So anyway, we got this little search function here. If you're trying to search around for a particular term on the site or a particular article in the blog, whatever. But anyway, the client area. This is what this video is primarily about, is the new client area. So when you click on this is for our existing users. Once you've signed up, you'll get access to your own back-end client area where you can manage all of your domains, all of your hosting packages, and any other additional services that we might put out there, or whatever the case might be. And obviously, if you don't log in, you could still see, you could still go over here and see, the hosting packages underneath this template, this back-end template, and our knowledge base, network status, things of that nature. This affiliate thing, I'm going to be getting to that in the future. I want to see a lot more activity with that moving forward. But anyway, let's go ahead and dig into this. I'm going to pause this video. I'm going to log into one of my demo accounts and we'll give you a tour. Stand by. All right, so here's what the back end generally looks like. Some of you existing clients might have already dealt with this a bit. But as you can see, it's pretty much the same information and the same blocks of information as we had in the previous layout, but some of it's kind of switched around a little bit. You got your info over here on the right. We've still got this menu over here. You've got your services here. This is your hosting. Your domains listed here. If you have any support tickets going on, they'll be listed right here. Same with your invoices right here. You could search our knowledge base right here. You can see I've been searching all kinds of different stuff, thinking about migrating different servers and this and that. But anyway, here's your active services, recent support tickets, affiliate program. You can register a new domain here. Recent news. There's my little update about WordPress. And let's see, under services. Now over here under services, you'll see my services, and you can order new services and view available add-ons. Don't really have a lot of those now. Domains, you can view the domains you have, which are the same thing as over here. You can renew domains, register a new domain, transfer a domain, do a domain search. Then under billing, you've got your invoices again over here. So, a lot of this is redundant from, one part of the page to the next. It's, it's just to make sure nobody gets completely lost. You can do a mass payment where you pay for a whole bunch of your services and domains all at once. And you can add funds. I would really encourage more of my clients to take advantage of this add funds option because, life gets busy and it's real easy to overlook like, oh man, it's, time to pay my hosting bill if you didn't set it to automatically renew. And there's clients that prefer to just do it month to month and do their domains year to year. That's perfectly fine. But, I see some of them kind of get sort of stuck where maybe they're not paying attention to the calendar, and then because of the automated system, it'll end up like suspending their account because it's not paid. But if you throw a few extra dollars every now and then into this add funds account right here, this is kind of like a little escrow that you can use, and it'll take care of your hosting payments and your domain payments until those funds run out. So you can get ahead a little bit and then just not have to worry about it, and you can focus on your business, because that's what we're all trying to do here. We want to focus on our businesses primarily and not be so much worried about I got to chase down my bills and I got to freak out about it all the time. You kind of want to just be able to focus on the business itself, whatever it is that you're doing. So take advantage of that. It's pretty helpful. You got support tickets over here, existing tickets, or whatever the case might be. You got your knowledge base, announcements, network status again. Open a ticket right here if you run into some kind of problem, and chances are I will see that right away, within the hour generally. And, well, aside from nights and weekends, you know how that goes. But anyway, if you need to open a ticket, do that right there. And then there's this affiliates thing, which I'm going to spend time on that in a future video. Up top here, obviously you got our logo. This home and this right here, this will bring you back to the beginning here. You can use this to kind of expand that however you prefer. That's kind of neat. And then up top here, you can edit your account details, payment methods. Contacts and sub-accounts is pretty handy. Here, you can actually add some other people. Like if you have a webmaster that needs to be accessing your cPanel and things like that, or you have a business partner you're working with, you can add their information in here as well as kind of a security thing. You don't necessarily want to always be, just hand off your existing password information and contact info to your webmaster and have them just log in as you. You don't necessarily want that. So this is one layer of that you can do. Then additionally, you can, of course, go into your cPanel and add new FTP users and all this as well. But this is good, for backup. I mean, you never know. You might get hit by a bus one day and you need your backup contact to take over your site, and we'd need to verify, that's who we're talking to, kind of thing. So, it's an option. You can change your password, security settings. So all of this is basically the same that you've got up here. So again, with this redundancy, don't want people to get lost. This email history is really useful for a lot of reasons. When you first sign up, you're going to get a few different emails right at the very beginning, and those are going to contain, your primary, initial login information, your primary passwords, all that stuff. And, a lot of times, people might be using a weird Gmail account or something like that, and, maybe it gets kind of caught up in the spam folder or whatever, things like that, and they're like, whoa, where is that information? Or maybe they get it the first time and log in, and they're fine with that, and then they forget the information, or they didn't save their password, they weren't using a password manager, whatever the case. You can go back to your email history right here and scroll through. Obviously, this is my demo account, so I've got all these different different invoices and domain renewal confirmation, like all this stuff. All of this that's being emailed to your actual inbox is also mirrored over here. So you can always come back here and see all the email correspondence that you've ever had with us or with our server, whatever the case. And, you can go back through and find, like over here, way at the end over here. I mean, you can see how long ago I set up these demo accounts. This is where I first set this up. And so, I could go in here and look at this information, think back on this page. Yeah, so you'll see these emails, new account information. That's where your login info is going to be, your primary login information. So that's pretty useful in case, you misplace your original primary password for your account. So just keep that in mind. That's up here under email history. So let's go back home. Oh, let me go over here. So real quick, occasionally you'll get little new notifications if, a response to a support ticket or something, or if you get, if you have some credit or whatever, or, if you've added funds under the billing, if you've done that, you might get some notifications here. In this one, I gave myself some dummy credit just so I could, work with my dummy accounts, just to kind of test things and try to break things and fix things. So, I've got a little bit of credit here. How convenient. And yeah, this little shopping cart thing here, that's only going to come into play if you're actually going through the services and adding new services or new domains, whatever, and you'll see that activate right there at that point. But let's go back over here to home. Yeah, you could click either one of these. So just click home. And now let's say, I apologize if you hear people hammering in the background. They're literally building a brand new house directly next door. So they're building houses. We're building websites. So over here, whenever you're ready to work on one of your websites, here you can click on your domains and see all your domains. And there are certain things here, that you can change and edit. You can go in here, and if you really wanted to on your domains, you could change your name servers right here. There's all kinds of things. You can deal with your registrar lock. If you're looking at, transferring away from us, which we'd be sad about, you can do that, when you go into your specific domains. You can set up private name servers if you really want it to be ns1.yourname.com, something like that, instead of Mid-City Digital. Yeah, you can get, this is your transfer code you can get if you're transferring out, anything like that. You can select this auto renew right here. And you could update your whois information. So all that information is right there under domains when you click into them. Let's go back over here to the client area. So you can see there's this convenient breadcrumb thing here. So whenever if you get kind of turned around in this new interface, you can always rely on this breadcrumb we have right here. But under services, this is probably the main one that most people are going to be dealing with. This is where all your hosting accounts are. And so, say, hey, I need to set up WordPress on my new site. And let's say my new site is midcitysample.com. And if you click this, if you click the actual domain link, this will take you to the actual website. You can see it down here in the corner. And I don't have anything there right now. I previously did a sample WordPress installation here, and I've taken that down because I kind of wanted to start over with a fresh new tutorial, particularly with WordPress 5.5. But anyways, when you want to go to your cPanel for a particular domain, go here under your products and services. And so this package right here, I'm going to click anywhere in this row. And this will take me over to this interface. And this will show you your disk usage, your bandwidth, shows when it was last updated. Here's some of these add-ons and extras. Right now, Cloudflare is an add-on for the startup package. I'm toying with the idea of making it available across the board just for free, but Cloudflare is, kind of complicated, expensive sort of thing. But I don't know. More and more people are just offering it, so you gotta keep up with the competition, right? But anyways, on the startup package here we've got, this is for midcitysample.com. One thing I really want to point out, again, with auto renewal, some people want to go month to month because they're on a tight budget, and that's totally fine. But you could get ahead and renew for an extra year ahead of time. Or you could turn this auto renewal on or off. And this is really convenient, if like you're on a super budget and it's like you're like, I need to save money, I need to cancel this auto renewal. You can do that. But a lot of people, maybe they're already on month to month and you want to save a little bit of money, just about $1 a month, I think, on this particular package. Turn that auto renewal on, go ahead and pay a year up front, and you'll save a few dollars. And you'll have the peace of mind that your hosting isn't going to be turned off every single month if you forget, Literally have about 3 different clients who are running into that problem right now. I keep telling them about this, but maybe the new interface confused them. So check it out, and this will make your life a lot easier, trust me. You can also change the billing cycle, this way. We might do something where we do quarterly as well as annually. So, maybe open up a few other options. So keep an eye out for that. But you can change all your settings there. Um, Obviously, I'm going to come back to this side panel here in just a minute. But down here, we've got these quick shortcuts. These directly link to your actual cPanel. Uh, so everything you see in this little section, this module, you can access through your cPanel right here. This webmail, that's actually through your cPanel as well. You can change your password through your cPanel as well. These upgrade, downgrade, this is more hosting package specific. Cancellation would be very sad, that's there. But anyway, my main focus here, you can set up an email account by clicking here. This is just a shortcut to cPanel. You can set up email forwarders. Like if you want to set up, like say with this, say I wanted to set up contact at midcitysample.com, and I could have it forward to my Gmail account. Say I don't want to set up a regular email inbox, with a program like Outlook or Thunderbird. I could just forward it to my Gmail and handle it on my phone or whatever. Autoresponders are good for, when you're on vacation or maybe you're traveling, or maybe you just have some kind of automated account, just to tell people you'll get back to them, within the next couple of days or whatever. You could set up autoresponders for that. File manager, this is going to be all the files on your website. This is really handy in a lot of different cases. So you'll probably be dealing with this a little bit when you're setting up your website and WordPress and all that. There's probably going to be a few times you're going to end up coming into your file manager. So check out other videos for more information on that. You got this backup option. Our servers automatically do nightly backups, so generally you should be okay. But it is a good idea to just run your own backups. This backup is also, of course, inside cPanel. But run your own backups and download them, back them up yourself, so that you understand where your data is at all times. Because you never know. Sometimes technology goes crazy. You can set up subdomains right here. Like I could set up example.midcitysample.com. And essentially that takes, it creates a folder that would be example, so it'd be midcitysample.com/example. But instead of it being /example, we basically turn that into an alias and make it the subdomain, so it's example.midcitysample.com. So that's kind of how subdomains work. Those can be pretty handy in some cases. I've seen people run their e-commerce web shops through subdomains, and it creates kind of a cool looking URL, so it's not as sloppy with a bunch of slashes and all this. So it's an option. It's a good way to set up a separate database within that subdomain, that subfolder, things of that nature. Add-on domains, like with the startup package, there's only one add-on domain, so I could do midcitysample.net as an add-on if I wanted to, and kind of stick it all within this one package, and save a little bit of money. Personally, I like to actually break up my domains usually into completely separate packages, just for sake of managing databases, all very separate, very different, logins, everything. So that's just me, but you kind of figure this out on your own, how you prefer to work with it. Cron jobs, this is more of an automated process. Beginners, you're not going to need to worry about this. Developers, you might want to come in here and check it out at some point, possibly. MySQL databases, this is obviously very key for setting up WordPress, particularly if you're doing a manual installation. You go in here and create your databases first and set all those up with your database and your database user and your password and do all that. PHPMyAdmin is for once your database is all set up and active, you can actually jump in here and edit the actual database tables themselves. That's the easy way to access that. occasionally you might need to do that if you're troubleshooting your website, whether it's a WordPress site or a Drupal site or whatever it might be. AW Stats, this is a relatively generic stats thing where you can see how many visitors you're having, or where they're logging in from, if they're from the US or China or from the moon or wherever, and what browser they're using and things like that. It's pretty basic. Also within cPanel up here, there's some other options for stats, and quite frankly, there's some other plugins you might could put on your site that would give you better information, like maybe utilizing Google Analytics and things of that nature. We have this quick create email account that frustrates me because it doesn't have like an automated password thing here. If you go into this email account link right here, you'll be able to get a randomized, very secure password. You just click a button and it'll generate it for you, and then you can copy it and save it off in your password manager, or write it down, whatever the case. Here, you just gotta do your best. Just punch in your information and boom, it's created. And that's okay if you're like, I guess, like right when you're getting started with your first site, your first, it's your first account and you're just getting the ball rolling. You could try to do that, but I've also seen this glitch out occasionally. So, but this is something that's just automatically here within this web hosting system. And you can see your billing overview there. So, the main thing you're going to be ending up doing generally is using this link to access your cPanel. And you'll click that, and that will open this whole other window. And you can see, we've branded cPanel a little bit. We just kind of threw our logo there. It's what hosting businesses like ours do. Some hosting companies will customize cPanel really heavily, and it's almost unrecognizable. But cPanel is the most popular backend platform on most web hosting servers. Some of them use a couple of different ones. There's like Interworks and there's Direct Admin, but cPanel is usually what you're going to run into on, obviously on my servers. You'll see it on, I believe Namecheap uses some version of, or I might be wrong on that one. Bluehost uses some version of cPanel. I know that for a fact. SiteGround, NameHero, a whole bunch of them use cPanel. Probably most of the biggest hosts out there use cPanel. Aside from GoDaddy uses something really whack, and I don't like it. So, but anyway, you see here's the email accounts, the forwarders, all this stuff. You get a lot more stuff over here. So, I don't want to get lost in cPanel right now because I covered all of this in a whole other video. So check out my video on cPanel in my YouTube playlist, or on the website, and you can learn a lot more about that. But generally, this is what your back-end interface looks like, and from here, this is where you launch off here to cPanel, and then we go into a WordPress thing, installing WordPress or installing Joomla or Drupal. I don't know, does anybody use Joomla anymore? I haven't used that in years. But anyways, check out midcitydigital.com, and I guess we will catch you in the next video. Take care.